Welcome to Profile Traders. This is Reza and you're listening to my market analysis for February the 11th. What we are seeing here is a continuation of the very stage of high confusion for ES, coupled with uncertainty and low volume activity, which makes the moves go on low volume and also quite short-lived and very little value you can attach to them. Yesterday, as we broke above 2060 after we failed to break below the bottom of the bracket that I gave you, we got a very nice push up, which I took a picture and I tweeted it at the time that the break took place. It was very nice. K period was pushing up fast and price was driving up, and I was having an upside target which I gave you 2067 to 27, and that target was reached, but then it went rotational up there. Overnight had all the opportunity to continue up, but they didn't, and they also hesitated. As a result of this hesitation and lack of demand in the overnight, once this morning we came to area of resistance 67.70, it was immediately rejected. And I also tweeted that if we break below 58 after we did break above it, a return into 58 will negate this breakdown. So as soon as it did break below 58, a bunch of sellers jumped in. It was looking good, went to 53. It was supposed to go to 45, but then all of a sudden it stopped and a very aggressive program buy kicked in, took it to 62, then came back down, and then at the very last minute managed to go close at 67. The action is utmost bearish. This nonsense low volume that is just all over the place usually ends up very bad when these programs that are triggering it are gone and no longer created. Just I want to pinpoint on a daily so that you're aware of where we are. We are within 100 points trading range, big picture. The action is extraordinary bearish. This high was reached on this much volume, this high on this much volume, and now the third high on even lower volume. Therefore, anywhere between now to 2090, it is going to be area of resistance, and at any given moment, this market could take a big beating on the downside as soon as the scam of the program that is behind this shim is done. And of course, if it breaks by any miracle, which I do not understand why it should, there is absolutely not a radius of good news out there. We just closed our embassy in Yemen today, just to tell you how terribly things are going down and how fast they are going down, despite what we are hearing from these scumbag liars of Washington. But that's behind the point. The point is that if we break above this top here, whatever it is, 90, 92, then there is a potential to go touch the uptrend resistance line up there, and that would be 21 whatever. I have to see when it gets close to it. So be prepared for a pullback. If this is the kind of an upside that we are going to get, very hesitant, low volume, all program based. And if not, well, I guess they have better plan for the upside, but in any case, we have to clear 2070, and as I said, between 2070 to 2090 to me is area of resistance. Anywhere in between that 20 point, we could get a serious reversal to the upside. If we continue with this kind of volume, again, if we continue with very little enthusiasm and participation on the way up. On the way down, we have to clear 58. If we do that, then we should go for a test of 53. 53 then breaks, then we should go to yesterday lower value area at 2045 and a half. As for crude, the wild west is continuing. When it was up there, I told you be very careful that it was all hot air, that there was no reason for anybody to chase crude. And from those levels that we were talking about, a serious reversal coming in, well, we dropped all the way to 48. That was about 6 points drop. Now, of course, as it approached 48 after 6 points in a matter of 2-3 sessions, a very long-term strong buyer, no, I should not say long-term. Nobody knows long-term or short-term. These are all fantasies and invention of Dalton. Nobody knows if the buyer is long-term or short-term, if it's a big money or small money or smart money or dumb money. Nobody knows. So I take that back. All I can say is that at 48, an aggressive buyer came in and pushed the market significantly up. And all day long we had opportunity to come challenge him, we didn't. Therefore now 48.60 to 48 significant support on the way up. Obviously we have a target 50.37. If we clear that, then it's going to go towards 51 area, at which point it should encounter massive resistance again. So pullbacks towards 48.6 to 48 is now our support zone, and on the way up the POC at 58, at 50.30 and then 51. By the way, I don't know what news came out, but markets are again, it looks like ES is making a very aggressive push to the upside. As for gold, after we retested this bottom and the buyers did not show up to make it a double bottom run on the way up, the seller came in, and everybody that was long on this consolidation down here, once this low of 12.30 did break to the downside, it was over. They ran over the stops and it was direction down until we found some support down there. Now between, I would say 12.15 is the line on in the sand. We must not at any cost break 12.15. If we do, it should shoot down to 1200, at which point it's gonna touch the main trend line up, and at which point it's gonna be a hell of a buy in my opinion. So right here 12.15 is one area of critical support. Below it's about 1200, and on the way up we must clear 12.25 in order to go towards 12.32. This was Reza with profiletraders.com. If you wish to learn my method of analyzing the market, understanding the market, I am offering now on a special program all my courses and 1 year to my trading room for a membership of $550. If you are interested, go to profiletraders.com. The details are listed. Thank you for listening and talk to you tomorrow.